My name is Diamond Ambassador Samuel Bean, one of the founding members of the company. And the company that you're going to hear about today is still a brand new company. It's 20 months old. Done so much, and the company is so far advanced that you may think that it's a 10-year-old company. We've taken this company to 196 countries around the world. In 18 months, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually reached $100 million in revenue. We've reached 1 million customers in just 18 months. And we've actually paid out over $50 million in actual revenue and income, or paid out over $50 million in revenue and income to people around the world in those 192 countries. Okay. And so when you look at this business, please look at it as a viable business. Don't look at it as network marketing, because the owner of this company, he's a businessman that built a company on the network marketing platform to move millions of dollars and billions of dollars of services and products around the world, so our partners can make millions of dollars in income. Okay, and so that's the frame of mind I want you to be in while you're looking at this simulcast or this transmission. So when you look at the slides, and I want to pull those up here because I like to make sure we have some visuals for everybody here, so you can walk along with me in this process. There we go. Okay. When you look at the name Ibuumerang, you've heard me say it a couple of times. Ibuumerang is a special name to me, and like I said, the owners are there's people who have philanthropic philosophies, right? They believe in giving back. They believe in paying it forward. They believe in helping people around the world. And when you look at the root of that name, Boomerang, Boomerang means it's like a toy, it's a weapon, it's a piece of, it's a tool, it's a piece of equipment. If you throw it out, it comes back to you, if you throw it out skillfully, right? When we believe the way we believe that when you give out goodwill comes back to you. When you go out there and sow something into the world, the universe, it's now in debt to you, and it has to repay that debt to you some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, and it may not come back from the same place you sowed. So when you look at the name of this company, it says Ibuumerang, and as an entity, the company Boomerangs, we give out goodwill, and we expect great things to happen in return for the people who are doing that. So now that you have a foundation of the name, I definitely want to give you a disclaimer because I've started talking about money already, and I'm going to be talking about money. And if you're shy and you don't like talking about money, this may not be the place for you, because we're going to talk about a lot of it. Okay, but we're going to talk about it for the right reasons. This disclaimer just says that we can't guarantee you that you'll make a dime in this company, because you only get paid in direct proportion to what you earn. Okay, it's just like if you go to a gym, right? You get your membership. You sign a disclaimer that says that we can't guarantee you any weight loss results or muscle, because we don't know if you're going to use all the equipment that we actually have here for you. Okay, but you're allowed to have a membership, right? So that's what we're doing here today. When you look at these slides, let me minimize my little photo here so I can read this thing. The world is changing, and it says by 2027, 86.5 million people will work whenever and wherever they want. Okay, a shift from traditional jobs to independent work has started. And so when you look at, back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, you had people who you can identify, basically with their careers. You can attach a person to it. This person is a laborer. This person is an accountant. This person is a lawyer. This person is a doctor. And they did that their entire lives, right? These days, no, it's different. Right now you look at people who are working now, they're saying that a person will have at least anywhere from 13 to 17 jobs before they retire. They're saying that they'll have at least 5 career changes on average before they retire. And we all know that the 40-40-40 plan is not working anymore. So when you look at the retirement age has changed, and people are not retiring. And even when the people do retire, ladies and gentlemen, they're coming back to work at places like Walmart, McDonald's, and places like that. So again, things are evolving, and people are becoming more independent because it's what has to happen, not because it's what they want to happen. Okay. But today, as you see here, the independent workers live their preferred lifestyle compared to just 50%, 54% of the people who are working traditional jobs. Customers expectations have changed. When you talk about ongoing value, unique experiences, personalized things for me, they want everything when they want it, how they want it. Okay. And they want it to feel like they're unique, like they're special, like they're exclusive. And as you can see, all the services and products that are out there, they're making sure they get that. And the people who can provide, those services and those experiences are the companies that are actually winning, right? So when you look at, give you an example, when you look at a company like Uber, right? When you look at the old taxi cab way of life, Uber fixed that. That was a problem. The definition of the word entrepreneurship is a person who can solve a problem, right? What was wrong with taxi cabs? It took them 45 minutes to get there. They're too expensive. They're too cramped. The people are really, really rude, right? And when you look at Uber, when Uber came on the scene, what did they do? They made sure that the car was 5 to 10 minutes away from you. They made sure that the fares were a lot cheaper than cabs. They made sure that people were very nice to you because you rated them, and then you got a chance to choose the style and luxury of the car that you really wanted. So this is what the customer experience has evolved to, right? When you look at your expectations, your personal expectations have changed when it comes to how you live your life, your future careers, and things like that. People want more time freedom. You're working 40 to 60 hours a week, spending less time with family and spending less time on the things that you really want to spend time on. Okay. At the end of the month, your money stops until you start working next month. And so people who are smarter are saying, I'm going to do something one time and now start to get paid on it forever. Residual income, right? And then giving back, charities while you're here, legacies while you're gone. And again, that's the evolution, of the people that are walking the face of the earth today globally. Right? Old world, sell, 10 to 12 hours a day, work in one industry. Like I said earlier, one stream of income, own nothing and retire with little income. Ladies and gentlemen, the average person here in the U.S., I don't know what it's like in the rest of the countries around the world, but the average person in the U.S. retires on less than $300 or retires or dies with less than $300 in the bank. Okay. And that's a fact. Okay? That's no way for a person to move on, right? The new world, success without selling, access to 192 countries in our system, technology that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which means that when you stop building your business, it keeps on building in your absence. Okay. Get paid when your customer saves money. We can't make a dollar until our customers save too. See that this is so new. This is one of those things where you talk about customers wanting value. Everybody wants to discount. Everybody wants to hook up, and we got it, right? Earn multiple income streams in one business. Earn multiple income streams in one business. Multi-sided platforms are the companies of today, right? When you look at Amazon, Amazon is a multi-sided platform, and Amazon makes nothing, right? They don't have a product, and you say, well, Amazon has thousands of products, tens of thousands of products. Well, those products belong to manufacturers, right? And Amazon just said, hey, look, we're going to take the customer and we're going to take the manufacturer. We're going to broker that deal and we're going to take a piece of every transaction. Hey, that's genius. And so when you look at the malls, when you look at a mall, let's say you have Louis Vuitton, right? And you have the Galleria Mall here in Houston. Well, Louis Vuitton, they have some high-end stuff, so they make a lot of money, right? But the mall says, we'll allow you to take a space in our mall because we get the traffic, and we're going to charge you a rent. But we're also going to take a piece of every transaction that you actually have. But guess what? We're not just going to do it to you. We're going to do it to Gucci. We're going to do it to Fendi. We're going to do it to Prada. We're going to do it to Givenchy. We're going to do it to all of them, right? Because today, you want to be the mall. You don't want to be Louis Vuitton, right? And so that's what the owner of this company, Holton Buggs, the CEO of this company, did. He built us a business mall, right? So when you look at Ibuumerang, I just love that name. I mean, and it's just yesterday you get paid when you sell, right? Today you get paid when they save. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody wants a deal. Okay? When you look at the person who's put this company in a position where it can be the most admired company in the world one day, it was a person who had the most humble beginnings in this industry back in the day. In 1990, 1997, you can see this man made $500, three times in 7 years. Okay. You say, well, why would he stay there if that's all he made? Well, he was tied to people who were making millions of dollars. And he watched them, he studied them. It was almost like a university, for financial independence and becoming wealthy. And he learned how to build systems, and he learned how to be a great speaker, a great teacher, great developer of leaders. And he took that system and took all this stuff together. And in the first company he went to, after he left that company, right, he went from making no more than $500 a month to, in his first 6 months, he did $500,000. Okay. When I met him back in 2004, he was already a millionaire. He was already helping other people become millionaires. As a matter of fact, they actually featured him in the Billionaire edition. Make sure y'all can see it. They actually featured him in the Billionaire edition of the Millionaire magazine. And they wrote an article on him. This is in 2004. They wrote an article on him and his wife. They called them the Millionaire Makers, right? So he's been helping people make millions of dollars for a long time. And so for me, I always tell people that, I wouldn't take advice from people I wouldn't trade places with. This is a person that I locked arms with because he's basically helped other people make millions of dollars. He didn't just get rich, right? So fast forward to 2009, ladies and gentlemen. In 2008, we actually launched a company in 2008, and it was a coffee company. And within that company, in a 10-year period of time, right? They say 2009 here because it was September 2008, basically at the end of the year. In a 10-year period of time, almost 11-year period of time, what Mr. Bugs did was unprecedented. What he did was impressive on two levels. One, he earned over $1 million, $100 million in one business position in a 10-year span. Nobody had ever done that before. But the most impressive thing that he did was he built a resume of over 50 people making over $1 million in that company. My wife and I were one, and we had at least 4 people in our organization who actually did the same exact thing. So this man is qualified, not just to have a company, but to make sure that the people in the company are successful and can earn as much money as they're willing to earn. Okay. So our team created a concept to make the future of business a lot easier, and the Priv is what that is. When you look at the Priv, Perpetual Residual Income Builder, it's our Siri, it's our Alexa, right? It does everything that you don't want to do or shouldn't have to do, and a lot of the things that you are not qualified to do. When you look at the way we have our company set up, it's a customer acquisition oriented company, right? We believe that once you get the customer base in place, you can go out there and make a fortune, okay, on the back end. Look at what Mark Zuckerberg did with Facebook, right? Mark Zuckerberg had a concept that he gave to you for free. He allowed you to have entry for free. And all he said to do, all he wanted you to do was go and invite all your friends and family to his platform. And all he did was collected all of their information, okay? And he built up this database of people. And when he did that, he can basically, because of AI, artificial intelligence, and searches and stuff like that, he can figure out what people wanted, okay? And he can now supply that to them on other platforms. Now, when you look at where he's at now, he has the top 4 companies when it comes to downloadable apps are his companies. The top 4, not 4 out of 10, the top 4. He's mastered it because he has used technology to put himself out there in front of everybody else. Well, Mr. Bugs is doing the same exact thing. So when you get a customer, that's all we want you to do is get that customer. The Priv is going to take care of that customer from there, okay? All we want you to do is go get more customers. While you go get more customers, the Priv is going to follow up for you. The Priv is going to sell for you. It's going to upsell for you. It's going to cross-sell for you. It's going to introduce new products and services that we have, but that the person has, searched for, just to say, hey, look, we saw that you searched here. We actually have this, right? We saw that the people who searched for this actually bought this. And so it's going to do those things for you. when it comes to your team, we know that you're great at finding people who want an opportunity. But what you're not great at is getting that person to a successful, a position in the company, getting that person to be able to earn a lot of money in the company. And we want you to just go out there and get more people. The Priv is going to help you by getting your people oriented, getting them started right, training them, upgrading them, making sure they're at the events. Also, make sure that your retention rate is stellar. Okay, because you don't want to be like people in other companies where you have one person coming in the front door, you have two going out the back. You want to make sure that you have something in place that keeps everybody in, right? And so that's what the Priv does for you on the front end. On the back end, remember I talked about the business model a minute ago? Remember I talked about Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all the rest of these other companies, in one mall, right? Well, we have our business model, and the main entry to the mall, if you will, is iGo, our travel platform. And some of you were introduced to our company, if not all of you, were introduced to our company by way of our iGo platform, our free lifetime membership to huge savings when you travel. And that put most of you in the mindset that we were probably a travel corporation, and we're not. Okay, we are a technology company that use travel to get your attention. Okay, and that's what we are. That's who we are, and that's who we're going to be. Because regardless of what we sell and what we offer, travel is going to be the number one most searched and most appreciated and most desired thing out there. So it's the one thing that we all have in common. Okay, but once you get into the mall, you get a chance to walk into other stores. Just like when you go into Gucci, when you walk out of Gucci, guess what's around the corner? Prada, Fendi, Burberry, right? So you'll walk into another store before you get to the exit of the mall. Same thing here. You get a chance to walk in, you see iGo, you see the big deals, you're excited, and then you also see Zinc, you see our wearable technology, our therapeutic technology. You also see Vibe Rides, right? Our drive share program, right? And then you see Build Genius, right? And then Build Genius, again, is our financial platform that saves people money. You see all of these things. Guess what else? And in 3 months, you'll see something else. 6 months, you'll see something else, because every quarter, the company plans on adding another service or product to the actual Priv, but they'll all be unique, just like these. Okay. So when you look at, again, our accomplishments, we took the same approach that Facebook did and said, hey, we got to find a way to get our customers and get our customers fast. And so we use the iGo platform as an offering. We said, hey, look, we're going to give everybody a free website, access to discounted travel for the rest of their life with no upfront costs, no monthlies, no annuals, no renewals, no nothing, because everybody can afford free and everybody loves travel, right? And so that's how we were able to get to 1 million customers in 18 months. And when you look at the deals are amazing. Look at what they offer and what their program features. It features a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices, free lifetime memberships, exclusive access to the lowest prices, and huge savings for you. And here is a look at some of the savings. Okay. And so when you look at the savings, just to kind of put you, and give you a clear picture of what type of savings I'm talking about here. As an ambassador is is a partner of ours, a colleagues of ours, a business partners of ours. These are the discounts that we get. We get the full backdoor discount. We get 100% of the price point. Like I said, the lowest point from the retail down to the bottom line basement price. We get the basement price, right? And so I'll give you an example of what that looks like here. On Expedia, a third-party website, they have the same exact booking, same week, same day, same hotel, same everything. Only thing's different is the price. $339 for them, $178 for iGo. And by the way, iGo stands for I Go for Less. But when you get a chance to look through our system, you'll kind of be like me. iGo will stand for I Got Over, right? Because my very first trip, when I was testing this out, when we first acquired the company, was to Las Vegas. And I stayed at the Palms Hotel, newly renovated. My wife and I, we got a junior suite, and that suite was $1,700. And we got the suite for $895. So I saved $800 in my very first trip. We saved over $14,000 in 2019 alone on trips that we were going to take anyway. So when you look at IGO, again, IGO for me stands for I got over, right? Because savings is the new earnings, right? If that money was scheduled to go out your household, it was going to be income for somebody else. But because you kept it in-house, it's income to you now. The owner of the company, CEO, Mr. Holton Bugs, saved $1,589 on his trip, his golf trip, his destination location. And this is the thing I want you to understand about people who are extremely wealthy. They are extremely wealthy for a reason. One of the wealth philosophies that they use is that they don't pay full price for anything, but they don't lose value either, right? So again, he's not just a CEO, he's also a client. So when you look at what the savings looks like from an ambassador versus our customers, you see it's a win-win situation. Nobody loses. Everybody's happy. The customer activates a Boomerang, which is what our free website is called, right? And when you look at the differences in the prices, the ambassador platform versus customer platform, we actually save $424. The customer saves $212, right? Think about it for a second. But again, the public price on Expedia, Travelocity, and the rest of those other places was $1,046, right? $1,046. As an ambassador, you pay $621. As a customer, you pay $834. You, as a customer, you still save more than everybody else in the world, right? But this is how you also get paid. So when you look at, again, number one, you activate that website, and you actually take this trip to Cancun, all inclusive. $1,046 is the full price. The customer books the travel and saves $212. Ladies and gentlemen, the person who gave out that Boomerang website, the person who gave out that goodwill, that free site, right, that didn't have to go and book and sell travel, let that person book it on their own, person made $106 in this transaction. That's an amazing thing. But guess what? How many of you know that people don't travel alone if they have the options? If you go into a destination location, 9 times out of 10, you're taking some family, girlfriends, homeboys, whatever you want to do, whatever it is. Let's say if this is a girl trip, right? And let's say Tanya Lawrence, booked this trip, and she says, you know what, I want to take 4 more people with me. I want to take Deb with me. I want to take Marissa with me. I want to take Chris with me, and I want to take Sarah with me. That's 5. That's 5 different rooms. She can do that on one Boomerang, on one of those free sites. So now all of her friends are saving the same exact amount of money. Okay. And let's say Marcus was the person that gave Tanya that actual Boomerang. So instead of Marcus getting $106, he's going to now get 106 times 5, which is $530 for one trip that he didn't even book. So now you see why a lot of the travel agents that are out there are now joining us as well. Okay. Keep in mind, travel agents get a percentage of the percentage of the price, of the actual commissions. Let me say that, and then the travel agents get a percentage of the percentage that the travel agency gets. Ladies and gentlemen, they're getting 50%, period, with no middleman here. Okay. So when we talked about Zinc earlier, I mentioned Zinc. Zinc's our therapeutic technology, our wearable technology. It's based on, our strongest sense of the 5 senses, which is smell. And we use something that people are extremely familiar with, and it's called, essential oils. And, essential oils are mood impacting oils. Okay. And so you put them on your skin or whatever, and next thing you know, you smell it. And next thing you know, things start to change. Well, what if you can actually take that and put it in what I like to call Beats earphones for your nose, right? You can smell it, and it lasts for over 12 hours, right? And so now you get a chance to have a therapeutic session, right? Spa session, walking around at work, sitting down on the airplane when you got your mask on, especially for essential workers who wear masks. You have mask breath, right? Imagine that you actually have a lemon scent, right? Or you have a eucalyptus scent, or you have a lavender scent flowing through your nostrils and impacting your actual behavior, right? They're personal, portable, and powerful. They're very small, almost undetectable, but they work. And then we have one coming out very, very, very soon, and it's a appetite suppressant, type of impact. Like all of these have their own, impact. Like the lemon has the clarity, Eucalyptus gives you, the energy and revitalization. The relax helps you sleep and unwind, right? But that I smelled the one that we have coming out for appetite suppressant, and it's like a grapefruit, a sweet grapefruit. It is so amazing. I can't wait till you guys get your hands on it. But again, this is just one of those unique things that we have in our business model. Then you have drive share, okay? Not to be confused with ride share, okay? When you look at the other companies, they have a couple of things that we have, but wait, I'm gonna make sure I blow your socks off with what they don't have. But the mobility solutions, we don't just move around and drive people. We actually have products that we're going to be delivering. We also have services that we're going to be delivering and providing as well. But the back end of this thing, where you have the ability to go from an employee position, from another company, to a business owner position, an independent contractor position in ours. So when you look at, having the ability to build a fleet of drivers, and you override everything that they do, by virtue of the definition, you are an actual rideshare company, right? And that's what we give you the ability to do. You can go out and recruit as many drivers as you want, ladies and gentlemen. And every time they drive, you override every trip that they actually take for the rest of their life, not for the first 10 trips or the first 20 trips, for the rest of their life. So you have people who have been hitting up rideshare groups, on social media, and getting them to take a look at this opportunity, and people are falling into it. Our riders, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually build a book of business that includes nothing but passengers. Right, let's just say you are actually with another rideshare company, and you give everybody your card, and that card has your information on it, and it's a group Boomerang code. Well, if that person activates that Boomerang code, right, or that person activates the code that you assigned to them specifically, that person now has your number connected to every trip they take for the rest of their life, regardless of who the driver is. So when they get in that car, they take that trip, regardless of who the driver is, you get paid for the rest of their life and the rest of yours. Okay, that's what we have. Again, it's different, right? Then you have Bill Genius, the latest and greatest. When you look at what people are going through right now, and I'm personally, it's something that nobody saw, coming. COVID, recession, and 40 million people here in America alone who lost their jobs last year. One thing people do need is, some financial help. They need something that's going to lift the burden off their shoulders. And Bill Genius is doing that. And we have a service, ladies and gentlemen, that when they were in the beta phase in 2019, they saved people over $7 million on bills that they were not even behind on, bills that they were overpaying on. And when you look at what they did to us, for us, ladies and gentlemen, they pretty much, in the month of September, when we actually launched them in 3 weeks, they helped us save over $200,000 in bills, our business partners. Okay, in our first 60 days, they helped our partners save over $400,000 in bills that they were already paying anyway. And people are loving it. This is in America right now. Okay, and I know we're in 192 countries around the world, but again, once we get this thing worked out, there will be other countries that we will be able to expand this in. But I'm excited, and people are excited about it as well. Here are some examples of what people have been saving here. And a matter of fact, let me give you the process first. Upload your bills in 3 minutes or less. That's how simple it is. Each and every bill, upload them all, regardless of which ones they will accept or won't accept. Upload them all. Bill Genius will do all the work for you. They'll negotiate as a third party on your behalf, and you don't pay them a dime unless they save you something. Okay. And so again, I want to make sure you understand that you're basically getting the service for free. You're actually pretty much getting paid to use the service if you want to look at it in a more it's in a more profitable way, right? But Christian from Texas saved $999.32 on 3 bills. John from New York saved $1,776 on 2 bills. Wendy from Maryland saved $1,335 on 3 bills, right? And again, those are just a couple of the examples. Now, when you look at, let's say, a blueprint on how to design income, just using Bill Genius alone, because we have a blueprint for the the iGo platform. We have a blueprint for the Vibe Ride platform. But this is just a real quick, solid blueprint that will show you how to make about $6,000 a month of residual recurring income. And keep in mind, the average person who has a job in the United States of America, their average income is about $2,500 to $3,000 a month. So you can take your part-time, 10 to 15 hour a week business and work your way off of your full-time 40 to 50 hour per week job. See, when you look at philosophies, I go back to, the rich and wealthy people. They're humans just like you. They just think a little different than you. They don't have money problems. They and you don't have money problems either. It's your philosophies that govern money and what you think about money and how you treat money. That's the problem. That's the difference between wealthy people and people who are not. So when you look at, the philosophy of a person who's worked their way out of a job, who went on to become wealthy, they didn't work overtime on the job. They worked overtime on a part-time business to work their way out of a job. So make sure you understand that they didn't work overtime on a job. They worked overtime on their part-time job. As late great Jim Rome said, they worked part-time on their fortune and they worked full-time on their job. Okay. And so here's an example, the power of 10. Okay. 10 and 10, you set the pace, 10 ambassadors, 10 customers. Months 1 through 4, you help them duplicate that and get 10 customers. Now you have 100. Months 5 through 8, you have 1,000 customers now. Months 9 through 12, in 1 year, you have 10,000 customers. And when you look at this is 11,100 customers total, saving $1,100 and $100 a month. That's $5,977 in our system. You said it, you forget it. And guess what? It's true residual income because when the contract for your savings runs out in 12 months, Bill Genius automatically renegotiates for you on your behalf. So your money don't stop. They keep going. Okay. Do you boomerang? The answer is yes, I boomerang. Yes, I believe in giving out goodwill. And again, our method of giving out goodwill, okay, is our technology. When you look at the iGo platform, we're going to give out a boomerang code, right? We activate that. You activate that code as a customer, and you start to save money as a customer. When that happens, though, ladies and gentlemen, when every time a boomerang is activated, the Boom Foundation receives money, right, from Ibuumerang, the company, right? Every time a boomerang is activated, we feed a starving child. Okay, when you look at what we've been able to do from 2019 in an abbreviated year up until now, we've been able to provide over 6 million portions and servings of nutrition to kids who are starving. Okay, so again, you're helping us even as a customer before you take a trip, regardless of whether you ever take a trip, just by activating a boomerang for Vibe or activating a boomerang for travel or whatever it is, you're actually helping us feed children. Okay, so residual income, right? From the Priv, you send the ambassadors, again to the Priv. The Priv number 2 uses data and AI to cross sell for you. And 3, the residual income is based on your efforts and the Priv. So I want to go back. When you look at, say, Amazon, right? Amazon, when you become a customer for Amazon, Amazon builds a file for you. And everything you search, they keep in your records, right? So they know what you're looking at. Every time you look at something and look for something, whatever the time you search, they build a file and they continue to bring it back up to you and they refer you to other stuff, right? Different manufacturers, different costs, different qualities. They give you a huge sample size of everything that you wanted, everything that you asked for. If you notice, Amazon has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of products and services that they offer people. They don't bombard you with everything they have. They only give you access to the things you want and things that are actually in your file. And so that's what our company is doing. Every time a person goes and searches a flight, goes and searches a room, goes and searches a cruise, the company says this person wants to cruise at this time of the year every year. This person may want to go and ski at this time of the year every year, but at this location, because this is the most searched location. So what happens is they start sending you excursions. They start sending you flight prices. They start sending you, huge discounts on resorts. and rental cars and things like that, right? That's what they do. This is going to be a project that on a platform that they're going to cater everything to make sure you have an experience that's exclusive to you. Okay, it's all about catering. But the 6 ways to earn income, as we wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen: referral bonuses, direct customer bonuses, fast start accelerator bonuses, dual team bonuses, unilevel commissions, and leadership infinity bonuses. Right? Don't worry about understanding any of these. The person who actually invited you out, guess what? They can. And let's just say, in this company, in our very first year, these bonuses paid out so well that the top person, not the owner of the company, Mr. Edwin Haynes, he received a ring that signifies that he earned over $2 million in his first 12 months. The Wimbrys got a ring that signifies that they earned over $500,000 in their first 12 months. Guess what? And they were just shy of the $1 million ring. And so you have a lot of people who earn rings. My wife and I, we earned a $250,000 ring, just shy of $500,000. In 18 months, we did $500,000 though. So this compensation plan is extremely lucrative. If you work the business and you do what's required, you can actually generate any type of income that you want. You just have to be willing to do the work, right? So how does a person get started? Okay, $49.95 is a price point that anybody can afford here in the U.S., but it's also a price point that we wanted to make sure that we set so people in other countries, in third world countries, any countries around the world that we do business in, that they can actually get started as well. $49.95, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, gets you on the right-hand side of this page, gets you a lot of things that you would normally not get for a standby package. Okay, or for some people call it a distributor kit. Again, this company is not the normal company. We believe in giving you more value for what you actually paid for. But in this position, you get yourself a position, right? And as standby, and when you look at all these things, one thing I want to stress out here the most is the iDecide interactive presentation. That iDecide interactive presentation is an automated presentation that goes to work for you. And it takes about anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes, for that presentation to complete itself, if a person goes through the process properly, right? Now, that video was used in the very first 30 days in our organization specifically to put 1,804 people in business. That's how effective it is. So for those of you who are fearful of speaking to people about opportunities, that actual iDecide presentation, once you learn how to introduce it properly, will go to work for you. Okay, and then we'll be there to help you and by answering all of your prospects and business partners' questions, before they make a decision. And when you look at the membership packs, okay, now you went from standby, which is a position. Now you're looking at the actual upgrades: the coach class, business class, and first class. They are definitely different. These are all one-time buy-ins. The coach class, it comes with, the ability to book airlines, hotels, and rental cars only, okay, on that site. On this site also, you have the ability to get paid 25% of what your people save, not the 50%, right? When you look at the business class for $500 instead of $250 one time, you can now do, hotels, rental cars, airlines, and cruises. But here, this is where you get the full 50% of the savings that your people save when they travel, right? And then when you look at the first class again, you want to make sure that you have the first class experience in everything you do. First class is only $1,000. As a matter of fact, until the end of the month, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Christmas promo, holiday promo. It's $750 one time for everything that you see right there. So now, you get access to book everything that you see to the right. Now, also, instead of getting just 10 or 25 websites that you can give out to create customers at this point in time, you get 50, right? And when you look at, all the 3 packages, ladies and gentlemen, they all come with the Priv, free of charge, all inclusive. They also come with Vibe Rides. So now you're getting 2 businesses, again, for the price of one, because Vibe Rides is an actual separate entity. Okay. So what I'd like for you to do is this, make sure you get back with the person that invited you out. Let them know, one, what you like the most keep that in mind. Ask yourself, what did I like the most about this business? And be prepared to share that with them. 2, tell them thank you for giving you an opportunity to say yes or say no before they tell everybody else. Okay. And 3, when it comes to, the company, again, I can't stress enough how important it is to align yourself with a company that not just says they're going to be around, but everything that they have done has been evidence that they will be and that they intend to be. The owners of this company, Holton and Erling Bugs, they don't have investors. Everything that you see in this company was bought and paid for by them. This company is debt free, don't owe anybody, and it's debt free, and it's being run by the person who was the number one earner in the industry at one time. So, with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna turn you back over to your days. As you can see, the disclaimer. We'll end it like we started it. We cannot guarantee that you'll make a dime, but what I can guarantee you is this: that the company, ladies and gentlemen, has no salary cap, and they will cut a check for anything that you actually go out there and earn. So we'll see you guys at the top.